There are a couple of things that many people are experiencing right now: extreme heat and wildfires. It has been unseasonably hot in the United States and all around the world this year. Plus, there has been a 10-year record of number of acres burned from wildfires here in the United States. Also, interesting fact, did you know that 85% of all wildfires are caused by humans? That stat just blew my mind. So, what are some things to consider when you want to fly drones in these types of conditions? I hope to provide you with some information today that makes your drone hobby more enjoyable and more safe. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is when it comes to flying your drone on hazy or smoky days. The first question that needs to be answered is, are you allowed to fly your drone if there is a lot of thick smoke in the area where you're about to fly? In the Western United States right now, we are experiencing one of the worst fire seasons in history. One question that many of you might have about flying in conditions like this is, are you allowed to fly in the smoke? Now, many people understand that you can't fly in clouds or in fog. Like, you actually have to stay 2,000 feet away from a cloud, and you can't get any closer than 500 feet away vertically from a cloud or from fog. But what about smoke? See, the problem with smoke is that it can be very subjective. And then also, there is no legal verbiage anywhere that specifically mentions smoke. Well, it's actually pretty simple. The most important thing that you need to remember when flying in smoky conditions is the visual line of sight rule. You need to be able to see your drone with the naked eye. You need to know its heading, its altitude, and its speed at any given time. If you can't see the drone, then you need to bring it closer to you horizontally or vertically or both. Now, one significant issue that you could experience if the smoke is really thick and you try to decrease your altitude through that smoke, the drone may actually go into landing mode because it thinks that there is ground below it. And I've experienced this with fog before, and it can be pretty scary. The fog moved in at the same time that I was completing my flight, and I brought it home as quickly as I could, but as I was descending in altitude as I got closer to home, it actually tried to land a few times. And this could totally happen in smoke as well. So just be very careful if you fly in smoky conditions. Another consideration when flying in very warm temperatures is your personal safety. This is one thing that a lot of people don't actually consider. The drones can actually handle a wide range of temperatures, but humans, not so much. When you head out to fly on a hot day, you need to remember to drink more than you usually would. Like, drink before you actually get thirsty. You need to find shade if possible, and you should take frequent breaks from being in the hot weather conditions. Heat exhaustion and even heat stroke can come on very quickly, like it will sneak up on you. And once your body starts declining, it's very hard to bring it back to normal. So find a cool place like your air-conditioned vehicle or even a big shade tree. And another suggestion is to fly in the early mornings if you can, or closer to sunset, not only for more mild temperatures, but also because those are the best times of the day, actually, to capture amazing footage and images. Now, if you really must fly in very warm temperatures, then there is a way to stay cool no matter where you are. You could always get a personal air conditioner. Now, I used to laugh at people when I would see them walking around with one of these neck fans or personal air conditioners. Until this summer, I tried one at a vendor booth at our state fair. It was 95 degrees outside, everybody was sweaty and hot, and it brought instant relief. Now, I'm not laughing anymore when I see people walking around with these things. So Taurus, who was actually the first to bring this technology to the world, sent me this Cyber Coolify to try out, and they sent me one to give away to one of you as well. So it was really great timing because I got their email the same day that I tried out that cheap one at the fair. The one at the fair was only $25, and I'm like, this is nice, but I bet there's better ones out there. Now, normally I would delete an email like that, but I just had to see what a legitimate company could do with this type of technology. So here we are. They aren't paying me to talk about this thing, but they did send me a free one, and watch to the end to see how you can get a free one as well. Now, based on the reviews and the number of sales on Amazon, plus a recent in-depth review by Project Farm, it's evident that the Coolify Cyber is the best in its class. It blows super cold air in 7 different directions using 4 blower fans, and it also has a fan mode and a heat mode. It has a 6,000 milliamp hour battery, so it can run up to 15 hours on fan mode, 3 hours on cooling, and just over 4 hours on heat mode. It can recharge with a USB-C cable, and it only takes about an hour to charge to 80%. And the coolest thing, yes, pun intended, this thing even has an app with which you can control everything from your phone. Personal air conditioners are one of the fastest growing products in the world, and if you fly drones in the heat or even in a cold climate with this one, use the link in the video description to get yourself one. Another thing to consider when flying in very warm temperatures is your battery health. Drone batteries can be damaged by extreme heat. It's not very common, but it does happen, where the battery will actually start to swell. And by the way, if you have a battery that's even a little bit swollen, do not just shrug it off. Don't try to squeeze it to put it back into shape. Don't fly with it. Get that battery out of your house and take it to a recycling center as soon as possible. Now, the warmest that I have flown a drone in is 104 degrees Fahrenheit. It was only one battery. It was with my Mavic 3 Pro, and I had no problems at all. No warnings popped up, and the behavior of the drone was not affected at all. If you are flying and the temperature is below 125 degrees, which I hope it is, if it's not, I feel really bad for you. But if that temperature is below 125, you really have nothing to worry about except for keeping yourself cool. The problem arises in these temperatures when you keep your drone and its batteries in a vehicle on days like that. That's the kind of thing that can lead to a catastrophic battery failure. So bottom line, if it's hot outside, do not leave your drone and its batteries in your vehicle. Now, finally, for those of you who fly your drone with a mobile device rather than a dedicated controller with a screen, keep in mind that if you have an iPhone, your screen is going to dim in even slightly warm temperatures. And this is something that Apple just cannot figure out. I don't understand it, but they just can't get it. And I don't recommend that anyone uses an iPhone to fly with unless you live in a very cool climate. Now, I have 3 alternative recommendations. Either buy the dedicated controller for your drone if it has one, save up for it because that's probably the way to go. You could buy a cheap Android mobile device and use that. Or if you want the brightest and toughest device, get yourself a triple tech. The 9 Pro is the best on the market right now, but if that's too far out of your range, then look at the triple tech mini. It has the same super bright screen as the 9 Pro, but in a very compact size and a much more affordable price. Having your phone dim during a flight can lead to the ultimate disaster. Trust me, I know. So I'll put links for the triple tech devices in the video description if you want to learn more about them. Do you have any tips or hacks for flying in hot weather? Post them in the comments so others can learn. Click on that thumbs up on your way out of the video today. Subscribe if you found any value here on the channel. I did not forget about the giveaway, so to have a chance to win this Coolify Cyber personal air conditioner from Taurus, you just have to do 2 things. Number 1, go ahead and click on the link in the video description to my Amazon storefront. It's right at the top of the video description. Go through my Amazon storefront and just browse through and look at everything that I use to make this channel possible, everything that I love related to tech. Come back here in the comments after that and comment what's your favorite product from my Amazon storefront. Doesn't matter what it is. Maybe there's something you don't like. Comment that down below. And then what I'm going to do on August 20th of 2024, I'm going to go through those comments. I'm going to randomly choose one, and that person is going to get shipped this right here. Brand new, still wrapped in plastic, Coolify Cyber personal air conditioner. If you guys have never tried an personal air conditioner, I highly recommend it, you guys. I just blew them off until I tried one, and then I'm totally sold now. So anyway, a couple of rules. This is only open to US residents. And secondly, this giveaway is not sponsored or endorsed by YouTube or Google or any of those people. So thanks for watching today. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. And as always, fly safe and fly smart.